Alright, they are asking us to find equivalent capacitance between A and B, and C1 and C2 capacitors are given. So here we need to identify which capacitors are parallel and which capacitors are in series. If we take these capacitors, we cannot easily identify which capacitors are parallel and which capacitors are in series. If we take this capacitor and this capacitor, these two are not in series because there is another capacitor in between. But if you look very carefully here, these three capacitors are in series. If they start from here, so C2, 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 so these three are, yeah, series. So how do we add series and parallel capacitors? You should know that. So let's look at the equations here. So capacitor combinations, if they are in series, so to find the equivalent, we add them like this. We take the reciprocal in them and add together and take the reciprocal back. Parallel, we can easily, directly add them. So C equals C1 plus C2. So getting back to the question, add all these three. So let's keep adding them. So I get 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3 equals 1 over C. So common denominator 3. So 3, 1 over C. You take the reciprocal, you get 1 equals 1 microfarad, right? So here now we have, instead of these three capacitors, we have one capacitor which is 1 microfarad, right? That is in parallel this C1 capacitor. So the capacitance of C1 they have given as 2. So this 2 microfarad and this 1 microfarad, these two are parallel, and you know how to add parallel capacitor. So let's add them. So let's take here, now we have 1 microfarad capacitor and here we have 2 microfarad capacitor. So we can directly add them because they are parallel. So 2 plus 1, that's 3. So that means now we have in between these 2 points, we have, yes, 3 microfarad capacitor. Again the same pattern repeats. So we have 3 microfarad here. After this we have another 3 microfarad here. Then again 3 microfarad here. So 3, 3, 3 in series. So we remember what happened the previous one. So if we add 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3, we got 1, 3 over 3. So we got 1, again 1 microfarad, right? So here instead of these 3, we can put 1 microfarad capacitor. 1 microfarad capacitor, right? Again here, now again we have here 1, 2 microfarad capacitor and 1 microfarad capacitor that are parallel. So again we can add them. So now we get another 3 microfarad capacitor, right? So 3 microfarad here, again 3 microfarad here, 3 microfarad here. We add them, yes, in series method. Again we get 1 microfarad. So the answer we are getting as 1 microfarad for the answer of equivalent capacitance.